Over the holidays, Mama Quiring asked me if I could fix the foot pedal on her sewing machine. The ends of the wires were frayed. Easy enough, I've done this sort of thing before. And we both have Genome sewing machines, which means the end piece is the same. So I said, here, take mine, I'll grab yours, fix it, and we'll just swap. Went to the tool library, got myself a soldering iron, took this thing apart, got to work, and now, theoretically, it does work, but I absolutely botched the soldering and completely bent up the prongs, and I am not risking my machine with this. Moral of the story, there's a new one coming in the mail, but that means no sewing this week. First order of business here, I'm going to return this soldering gun, and then, if you recall, this fabric, which I used to make some joggers, seeing as I can't sew, I thought, what if I tried dyeing it a solid black and, could be useful. New year, learn something new.
Next stop, Marjorie Avenue. Next stop, Main Street.
Alright, so the dyes have been acquired, and apparently I have a lot to learn. Luckily the tool library is but a walk away. It could get messy, you know? Manny, I'm gonna need this. I ended up getting 2 different types of dyes, because apparently the fabric type makes a difference. So first up, there's for natural fibers, for cotton and things like that. That's what these 2 are for. And then for synthetic fabrics, polyesters, that sort of a deal. So I'm going to start with the one for organic fabrics. Fully dissolved, simply black dye in a cup of hot water. Make sure the fabric remains submerged underwater as much as possible. Okay, all right, that's easy enough. Give this a little pre-soak here. Get that all nice and wet. Let's fill this here up. Just a smidgen of that. Come on. Why does this got to be tied so tight? Made sure this wasn't coming apart. Wow. Oh man, and all right. Oh geez, and this one is just as tight. And I think I'm gonna do, say, roughly 2 of these. Give this the old stir around so it's properly dissolved. All right, and plop that in there. And just occasionally come back and stir. So apparently 30 to 45 minutes of this. And so while that one's going there, I'm gonna get this old polyester / nylon blend one going. Got myself an old pot here I no longer use. And stir until dispersed. Add fabric, bring to boil. All right, that's easy enough. Let's get this boiling. Poke a little hole in here. Oh, look at that. It makes all different colors. That's pretty cool. Look at that. That's pretty cool. There's orange and purple and something else. A little more. So if this is for 2 to 3 pounds, I just want just a touch of this liquid. Like that. There we go. Give that the old stir. In goes the fabric. Oh, Jesus. So I set up this fan right here, up on there, to ventilate that stuff, to go out the window over there, because it smells like serious rubber. All right, it's not too bad. It's all right. All right, impromptu decision. I'm putting a kibosh to this one. It smells like a tire factory in here. The chemicals are just too strong. The lady was right when she warned me. I realize it's probably not a smart thing to be doing this in my apartment, so I'm down here in the laundry room now. This is gonna go into the trash. My eyes and my throat were starting to burn a little bit there. It's not a good thing. And I'm realizing rather quickly how messy a business this is. So I popped over to the corner store for some leather gloves. Rubber gloves. All right. Okay. Interesting. So I've learned that this is definitely some sort of a blend of cotton and polyester. What's happened is it's kind of just darkened it to like a dark green. The back, yeah, that's definitely a full-on polyester of some sort because it hasn't picked up any of the dye. The lady at the store, she did tell me that because this fabric is already dyed, the black dye is only going to be going on top as opposed to actually into the fabric. So I have one more experiment I think I'm going to try. On the road again. On the road again. Some bleach. Floors, no, that's not really our deal. 120 milliliters for 3, okay. You know what, let's just add in just a touch. All right, so just put a little bit of that in there. Give that a little stir around. Let's put in the fabric and just let that soak over the course of a few hours. See what happens. It doesn't look like I've lost any color here on this fabric. So I think I'm going to pour in a little bit more chlorine. And this other one here, I have made another bath of this dye, and I'm going to leave that overnight as well, just to see if maybe it picks up a little bit more color. It's been about 24 hours now. Take out this other one. Well, the bleach certainly did pull out the color from the natural cotton thread in this fabric. The synthetics, not so much. This one, I mean, it's slightly darker than the other one, but I don't know if it looks like 24 hours worth of darker. It's a darker forest green than this one is now. So in the name of thorough learning and science, I have put the bleached one in this dye bath here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's some steam coming off because apparently I reread the instructions and it's better to do it in a hot water. Let's see if this does anything. That worked about as well as I think it could have. I would pretty much consider this a black at this point. And now, as expected, a little bit of that green is still showing through from the synthetics, but it actually creates an interesting marble type effect. If I compare it to the original, it's definitely a little more coarse, and that is the result of the bleaching. Bleaching does damage fabric to a certain extent. So from here, I could probably go ahead and bleach and dye this whole bundle of fabric. But besides the fact that I don't have a sewing machine, I don't know what I want to make with it yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. But I've learned stuff this week. I've learned that what type of fabric affects the dye. I've realized that fabric has to be bleached in order to be dyed. And one of the unintended things I've learned is that if it takes such a strong chemical to dye polyester, what's involved in the actual making of polyester fabrics? I think there's some more learning for me to do there. And that maybe the bad thing about fast fashion isn't just the wearing it and throwing it out, but also the manufacturing process. Things for me to think about, you know? All right, let's end it there. Let's hope I get that pedal by next week.